Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Venus re entering as the Morning Star reading for you, which takes place on the 21st of August. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm see this channel, and I appreciate it so very much. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or an animal healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. And if you're having difficulties booking a reading with me, you can email me at daneharttarot@gmail.com. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will also be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right. All right, Aries, let's see what energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this is lies coming out, and we need to be mindful about this. Now, Venus re-entering as the morning star is an interesting time because it brings with it all matters of relationships, all matter of the heart that we had to go through as Venus was in the underworld. Now, Venus disappeared from the sky on August 6th, and she was exactly conjunct the sun on August 13th. Now, on the 21st of August, she is reemerging as this morning star, and we are finding ourselves reemerging into the sacred area of the heart that Venus holds for us. So lies have come out during this time, okay? And it seems like such a short period of time, and yet we're going to learn things, we're going to see things, we're going to understand things, and we're going to be like, are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? They're coming to the surface. So just be aware of this. Lies, they're not being hidden from us. They're kind of like written down in black and white, and it's like, here you go, here they are. So just be aware of this, and it's going to be something where it's like, are you you think the person is lying about telling you what they lied about. Let's see. Oh goodness, sorry, card fell. There we go. Let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, here we have magical magical reverse. We aren't seeing this as a magical time. And yet it really is. If we want to go deeper into the whole mythos of Venus, going into the underworld, you can check out Heather Ensworth's site. I'll have it linked in the description box below, and the myth of Ananan. So here with the magical, it doesn't feel magical. This time doesn't feel magical. It doesn't feel, it doesn't feel beautiful is really what I'm getting. But it is a beautiful, magical time. It just doesn't feel this way. When we look back, it's going to be like, wow, you know what? That time was something profound. We might not say special because we might not see it as special, but it definitely changed the course of the way that we move forward. So just being aware of this. And it doesn't have to happen exactly on the 21st that, everything kind of like falls into place. Give it wiggle room. The cards need a bit of wiggle room. But going into this time, I was listening to Heather Ensworth and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. I had to, you know, take this and see what the tarot had to say for everybody. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Yeah. Oh, I love that. angels, and spirit guides show me clearly. So if you're looking for a yes or no answer during this time, you have the sun coming up and the answer is yes. So if you were just here for that, there you go. There's a yes answer coming through. Is it going to be kind of bittersweet? Yes. Yes, it is. There are going to be some things that come forward that can make rifts in situations, but finding the balance and finding the harmony during this time, this is going to be pretty much around money. Things where we can see people as being greedy, or we can see things as being selfish during this time, but and a resistance on creating and letting ourselves move forward. But there's a blessing at the end after everything. So let's talk about Venus reemerging as the morning star. And if you watched the new moon reading that I did, you would have heard me talk about Venus being in the underworld. Now, her time out of sight in the night sky is a profound time for us. And it makes us face aspects of ourselves that we needed to come back into alignment with, back into relationship with ourselves. And if it wasn't with ourselves, so we're going to see it being twofold. It's coming back into a relationship with ourselves and with the intense issues within relationships that we have. So from this time, from pretty much the 6th to the 21st, we have had things come up that personally affect us as an individual, but also affect us within our relationships with others. So, this is a significant time in our lives to see how this time is going to transform us, how we're going to step out of, of being in our womb, like in the womb of Venus, in the womb of the underworld, in the womb of our being, in our creation, in our ideas of ourselves, and reemerge as that morning star in the night sky. And there's just a question here of like, how am I going to move forward? Where is it that I need to be? What is it that I love? This is a time that's calling to our hearts because Venus, as she emerges as that morning star, this is before the sun rises, the sun is almost exactly conjunct the royal star of Regulus, which as it was with the new moon, which happened on the 16th, which is at the heart of the constellation of Leo. And Venus will be very close to the head of the serpent of the constellation of Hydra. And remember or know that the serpent is the most ancient symbolism of the goddess that we have, of the sacred feminine. So Venus emerging from the underworld is profoundly linked with the sacred feminine in us reemerging. And we're having a little bit of resistance to this. There was a strong energy of Mars here before, which of course I didn't go into in my notes, but there is, if you want to check out Heather Ensworth's, astrology on this, there was a link with Mars before, and so we can feel, because we're ruled by Mars, we can feel coming into the love, coming into the protectiveness of the mother to be a little bit, it's like suffocating. It's like almost like, no, I can do this. Don't worry, I got this type of deal. But once we embrace that energy and we embrace that energy within ourselves, it's going to be a caring and a nurturing that really moves us forward. But the Empress is reversed, and we are represented by the Emperor in the major arcana. So there's a sense of there can even be a soulmate connection coming during this time, or a profound healing coming during this time that we're just a little bit resistant to. Remember, it doesn't have to happen exactly on the 21st. Give it time, but there's a profound healing that is coming that will birth us forward in creation, in prosperity, in a sense of balance. But that balance is coming. It's just going to take a little bit to get here. We are crowned by the Fool. We're going after what we love. We're going after what we want. We're going after a sense of a whole new world, what we desire. We're very aware and very apprehensive about being called a fool. Remember, every single hero's journey, the person started off being mocked and ridiculed by others. We see that in all the mythos. We see that in stories of today. If it was easy, it wouldn't be a good story. And our lives are good stories. Our lives are good stories. So here, there is a sense of, can I leap? And there's also a fear of the leaping, right? Because when you jump, you will inevitably come down. You will inevitably stumble. You will inevitably fall. How does that manifest in our lives? How do we move forward? With the fear of falling and failing, with the fear of being overwhelmed, do we move forward with grace and with love? Love needs to be at the center of our hearts. Also, our root, what grounds us, is so important to us. This is with the heart chakra and the root chakra. Red is the heart chakra in Qigong. Green is the liver in Qigong. So letting our anger guide us is going to be something we have to be very mindful of during this time, because anger, frustration, moving forward in a real sense of this was right, this was wrong, this person was right, this person was wrong, that's going to make us stumble. A release, a moving forward in love, in our hearts, is going to be one of the most powerful things we can do. And it is going to be one of the hardest things we can do, because there's a sense here of, how do I move forward in the love that I want to express in my life without this anger, without this frustration, without this sense of, I can't. A release of the anger is going to be super, super important in order to get us where we want to be. And we're guided by spirit. White animals in Celtic mythology are messengers from the spirit world. They're seen as special. They walk the veils. So just being aware of that we are guided with that little white dog right there by spirit. The Six of Pentacles is coming into balance with things. It's also seeing certain things that are out of balance, certain relationships that are out of balance, certain thoughts that have been out of balance. But I'm seeing here certain things that have been out of balance because of money. Okay. It could be somebody's love of money, somebody's manipulation, but it's because of money that things have been put out of balance. And it's almost like it has been a generational curse. This hasn't just, and I don't mean to throw that around willy-nilly. I know people do. I don't. This inequality, imbalance here with the Ten of Pentacles reversed has not just affected one person, but it has affected multiple people in multiple generations. And so with the Ten of Pentacles reversed here, as we've gone into the underworld ourselves, as we've looked at what we love and what we want, and as we see the relationships that need work, as we see where our relationship with ourselves need work, where our relationships with others need work, like things have bubbled to the surface during this time, right? We're looking at certain aspects that have been passed down, passed out, passed down, or that we're like, we look at an argument that we have had, or a upset that we have, and we're like, I can hold on to this for the rest of my life. Easy. It will be so easy to hold on to an anger, to a frustration, to a lie that comes forward during this time for the rest of your life. Don't do it. Don't do it. It'll be a darkness that grows inside of you. You don't need that. You don't need that at all, Aries. You just don't. This is a time of looking at the Ten of Pentacles and making a choice of, I'm not going to walk forward in anger and in frustration, in fear, and in bitterness. I'm going to move forward. You know, people say the word forgiveness a lot when we throw it around, but true forgiveness of the heart, forgiveness to ourselves for mistakes that we have made. We can be thinking about silly things that we have done that we think, oh my gosh, that was so stupid. I can't believe I did that. It was a lesson. You were supposed to. And maybe that lesson blares out to you because it wasn't like that big a deal. Like the situation, the way you blew it out of proportion. I'm just thinking of one that's been tumbling through my mind recently. And it's not even a big deal when I say it. It's just been nagging me. But it's like, maybe you had to face that in a safe, secure situation and kind of make a fool out of yourself in order for you to learn. And that's what I've seen for me. And I've been wondering why I've been thinking about this so much during this time. And it's like, oh, it's because Venus is in the underworld. And so matters of the heart, and the heart talks more to the head and the head talks to the heart. And that's our biology. You know, we're going to be sitting here and seeing things. And it's like, I'm not carrying this out anymore. I'm not passing on this guilt to myself, to the energy that flows within me. I'm not passing it on to generations. I'm not letting it come from generations. I am stopping it here. And there's a sense of being afraid to create during this time as well, because there's a mistrust. There can also be uncertainty around, you know, fertility, prosperity, but there is a sense here of, I need to step in to my body and myself and my healing. I highly recommend Qigong, highly, highly, highly recommend Qigong. But if you don't want to do that, sitting in meditation with ourselves, forgiving those who have hurt us, forgiving ourselves for having hurt ourselves, you know, moving forward in love. And it's not for anybody else. It's not. I like Spring Forest Qigong, and I was listening to Master Lin talk about how his master, when he was in China, made him forgive. And he lived through communist China. And he didn't want to. He had undergone such suffering, him and his family. He's like, I don't want to forgive them. I will never forgive them. And his master was like, fine, you know, you don't have to pretend, you know, lie. And so he's like, but you have to sit here and work on this. And so he said, I don't really forgive you, but just to get out of sitting here, I'm pretending that I forgive you. And then he went through, and then all of a sudden the pretend forgiveness became real forgiveness, and he felt himself becoming lighter and lighter and lighter. You're not doing it for anybody but you, because there's a blockage in creation. There's a blockage in manifesting what you desire, want, need in this world, to come forward, to come out of your body and be that creative expression of yourself, because you're moving as Venus emerges from the underworld. You're emerging from the underworld, right next to the heart of the lion. So brave, so bold. You're coming up as the sun, and the sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. Prosperity, success, bounty. It's a real sense of, I'm stepping into my power. I'm stepping into me. I'm letting me shine. That's what Leo energy is all about. Positive Leo energy is about shining and wanting everybody else to shine right along with you. So embracing that power, embracing that success, embracing that beauty is just, it's such a big deal. And it's so profound for you. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Prince of Swords reverse. Be mindful of energies that want to be the hero of the story, but they can't be. They're just chaotic and they're a bit of a mess. So and this person lies, okay? This person desperately wants to be the hero of the story. They never want to be the bad guy, but they lie. So just be aware of that. There's also a sense here of kind of thinking during this time, any action forward is better than no action. And actually, during Venus in the underworld, inaction is going to be better. That sense of staying within your emotions, staying within yourself, looking at all the knowledge that's coming forward between our relationships with ourselves, with others, and really finding our footing is going to be the best thing. But we're going to think, oh, just charge ahead. Our subconscious spirit message here is compassion, forgiveness, compassion. Have compassion with yourself. Have compassion with those around you. Not so much that you're taken advantage of. Okay, just do be mindful about that. But move forward with the compassion of your heart, and the compassion in your heart. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Six of Swords. We're hesitantly moving forward. There's something like, I'm not sure if I want to move forward, if I want to go after this, if I can. The answer is yes, you can. Yes, you can. You're taking your knowledge, you're taking your wisdom, and you are moving forward to a whole new world, a whole new outlook, a whole new space for you. And that's a big deal. But it starts off hesitant. It's like you start off because you've been through so much. It's like you're going to step on the ground and make sure that it's not a bog you're going to sink into, right? It's firm, hard ground to stand on. And that's a good thing. That's just wisdom right there. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a moving away from negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of ourselves, of this time of rebirth, of love, of deeper understanding, and this time of release. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed Venus rising. Bye.